So I was watching Gilbert Arenas' platform. I love his interviews. I like watching the show. I don't agree with all of his takes. I think sometimes it's just out there, but when it comes to, he still has a lot of insights, and it's Gilbert Arenas, so I checked the show out, right? So they had Rich Paul on there, and they also had Danny Green, I want to say last week. So I checked out both episodes back to back, and one topic came up in both interviews, which was the bubble championship. I'm not even going to get into all of the bullshit that Rich Paul was out there saying. I believe he was caving for LeBron James. Obviously, that's his best friend, the man that put him in a situation to win, right? So if I was him, I would still go out there and do just the same. Every time LeBron James' name would be brought up in the media, so I ain't even mad at it. But I think at this point, it would have been better off just saying LeBron is my guy and I think he's the GOAT, than just saying some of the points that he was out there saying, like the scrutiny, saying that he was underdog pretty much in all of his finals, saying that the Heat did not make him a better player, like all that stuff. Yeah, I didn't want to hear that. But that point about the bubble was spot on, because if you remember, Danny Green, for example, he says he's one of many that's saying that the bubble ring was the hardest ring that he's had to win. And Danny Green has 3 rings. LeBron said it, and a lot of other players that were involved in that championship kept on saying it. And the whole narrative around the bubble championship is that it's an asterisk around it. And I never understood it. Never. And over the fact that I don't understand it, I think it's utter bullshit. And it's just because LeBron James won it that y'all people that keeps on saying asterisk are saying it. I believe that. I believe that had anyone but LeBron James or Michael Jordan won that ring, no one would say it. No one would say anything. No one would care. And Rich Paul said the same thing, man. He went out there and he said that if Stephen Curry, for example, won the championship in 2020, no one would be like, oh, man, it's an asterisk. He only won, because of no fans, which is nonsense. No one. And this is another reason for me that the GOAT debate just get played out, in my opinion, because it's like it's taken away from the fans the ability to just enjoy the game and respect accomplishments. And people will just say anything to fit their narrative at this point, which is LeBron is the GOAT or Michael Jordan is the GOAT. And it's just annoying. Like, I thought that it was interesting conversations at first, but now it's just gotten to a point where it's like, yeah, it's not even genuine arguments anymore. And we shouldn't care that much until we have new evidence. Like, right now, if you have Michael Jordan as your GOAT, there's no reason for him to be dethroned by LeBron James. And if LeBron James is your GOAT right now, there's no reason to, keep on piling on. We can have that conversation. If LeBron James goes out there and gets ring number 5, for example, or MVP number 5, then yeah, we can talk. But doing it every day is just lame. Plus, a few points on why the NBA championship in the bubble was not bullshit. First of all, the Lakers were the first seed all year. Second point, another stat that I saw that was impressive is that when the Lakers started the fourth quarter with a lead, they lost just 1 game all season. So they were the clutchest team in the league. That was Anthony Davis' healthiest season as a Laker. We keep on talking about every year, if AD and LeBron are healthy, the Lakers are this, the Lakers are that. That was the only season. LeBron barely got injured. Then what a lot of people like to bring up is, they got a break, which allowed LeBron to rest as an older player and Anthony Davis to rest, and this is why he didn't get injured, which is fair in theory. But what you're also telling me is that by saying that the Lakers won because they got rest and were healthy, in other words, you're telling me that you believe that the Lakers were the better team anyways, so it just made them healthy, so it just gave them a chance to go out there and prove that they were better than everyone else. So how does that disqualify them? The better team still won. And in fact, the Lakers were just a better team. They had so much. They had LeBron, who was still playing like the best player in the world at that time. They had AD, obviously. They had Dwight Howard, JaVale McGee, who were both... if you had a pair of centers athletic with AD at the 4, man, you had a lot. Then you had playoff Rondo, who was still, elevating in the playoffs. You had Danny Green. I even forgot he was on there. You had KCP. You had Kyle Kuzma. I think that Caruso also, they just had so much. They were the best team. The only team that could talk to them and look at them in the eyes were the Los Angeles Clippers. And it's not on the Lakers that the Clippers just went out there and blew a 3-1 lead. It's not on the Lakers. So you can't discredit them. So I disagree with people who keep on saying, yeah, it's the hardest championship of all time, because I think competition matters in championships. And they went out there in the first round and played the Blazers, who got there through the play-in, with Damian Lillard having to go so berserk. He was dropping like 50 a game, literally, for them to get there. And once he got there, I think he hurt his wrist or something like this. So the Blazers weren't really a threat, and they were just too small for them. Then they played the Houston Rockets with no center. And Russell Westbrook, we all know he can't shoot in the playoffs. So against a team as big as the Lakers, who started LeBron at point, at 80 at the 4, and either JaVale or Dwight on the court every time in the paint, Russ was just nullified. So it was literally just James Harden and shooters, with one guy who was killing the spacing every time, no centers. So the Rockets weren't really a threat. Then in the conference finals, they played the Nuggets, who were, in my opinion, the only very good team. But still, Nikola Jokic was not the same Nikola Jokic. And although Jamal Murray was walking on water, it's still Nikola Jokic's team, and he wasn't ready yet, you know? And then in the finals, they played the Heat, who were already real underdogs, and they suffered a lot of injuries. I don't remember who got injured other than Goran Dragic, but I remember it was more than that. Jimmy Butler had to just put on his Superman cape to give them a chance. He did that, but still. So competition matters, so I can't call the Lakers championship ring in the bubble the hardest of all time. I think that's silly. But for me to discount it is just disgenuine. It's a championship. They won it fair. They went out there with no fans, but since they were the number one team, the number one seed all year, they would have had home court all playoffs. And it's the Lakers with LeBron James on there. So even on the road, depending on the teams, they would have still have had a home court. So, it's just not enough for me to go out there and discredit the whole thing. People say, yeah, the opponents didn't want to be there. What does this have to do with the Lakers? Who told you all the Lakers were like, oh, hell yeah, we're going to go out there in the bubble for 100 days, no chance of leaving? They didn't want to be there either. They just went out there and did what they had to do. The only player I can really see be like, oh, yeah, I'm going to the bubble and I'm winning the championship is LeBron James. The others, nah, man. So anyways, please like the video, please subscribe to the channel, and more importantly, get in that comment section and give me your thoughts. Do you believe there is an asterisk on that bubble ring? Do you believe that the asterisk is there just because it's LeBron James and people want to discredit him in the GOAT debate? And yeah, I appreciate you guys for checking me out, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.